Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is AJ, and in today's video we are going to visit Ukraine and we are going to talk about the players that you might be interested in signing in Football Manager. This is a big deal for me because it's my native country, and for the first time in the history of this channel I'm gonna talk about the players that I'm familiar with in real life. Today's video is going to be pretty big because we're gonna cover all the positions. I will present to you the players of different price ranges because I want to create this list as realistic and affordable as possible. In this video there will be representatives from Ukraine and from other different championships. I'm also gonna cover Ukrainian players and also foreigners. I also wanted to warn you that I created this list before the winter update, so some information might not be relative, such as prices, free agent status, and the club of the players. But I still believe that this video is going to be helpful to you, so if you're ready for this, let's go. Before we are going to start, as a tradition of this channel, I would like to start with some honorable mentions. There will be players that were not included in the main list because the position was too stacked or competition was too high, but still someone who I enjoyed using in 3D matches, and they are someone who I would like to recommend you for your saves. We are going to start with the goalkeeper's position. This is probably one of the most well-stacked positions in our country, where we have a big amount of decent options. Some of these players are already playing in the big European leagues, but they have an immense potential to grow and to be even better. The next player is the only one that I haven't tested in 3D matches, and this is Denis Marchenko from Apollon. This might be obvious for you guys, but I just found out during the preparation of this video that most of the young talented players has a dynamic potential in Football Manager. This means that their potential ability can range very differently from very high to very average, and this number is randomly generated at the beginning of every save. Denis has a very high potential abilities, but in my saves he always have pretty average potential abilities, so I just skipped him. Now when I'm aware about dynamic potential, I think it's going to be unfair to not include him into this list. And most of the players I'm talking about needs to be scouted first before signing them, and definitely Marchenko is one of them. Unfortunately for our country, we don't have a vast amount of strong right backs, So mostly players that I'm going to present to you today are going to be well-known or well-established players, but still who can help your team a lot. And the last right back we are going to talk about is Valery Lushkevich, and I think he's the best one for this position in this version of FM. Balanced attributes, and what is more important, he's still gonna be able to play on the same level for the couple of years. Can be a neutral player for lower leagues and second tier league in Ukraine. The left back situation is a little bit better. There are all types of players in this block, starting from well-established players, foreigners, young wonder kids, so there is lots of options for your save that can improve your squad a lot. When it comes to the central backs, there are a bunch of pricey options, but still there are players that are well established physically and can be promoted to the second tier or third tier European leagues. Defensive midfielder is another deficit position that have a little amount of young talents, but nevertheless there are still some well-balanced, physically gifted players with good passing skills who can be a big part of your team and maintain the balance in the midfield position. While with central midfielders the situation on the other hand is much better. Most of them are already capable of being the stars of Ukrainian Premier League, but they can do even better by moving on to the bigger leagues. Attacking midfielder position, that's another position where Ukraine has a lot to offer. We have a bunch of talented youngsters that still getting better and can get to the top level really soon. Players in this block is very diverse, so there is definitely something to choose from. Regarding the winger position, in our country it's mostly filled with foreigners, but it doesn't mean I'm not gonna provide you with some insane talents that gonna add some creativity and speed in your attacking teams. In the left winger position there may be lack of big names, but still this position consists of hardworking, technically gifted players that can really help you to improve your big chances into the game. The position of the striker is probably the most stacked out of every other positions in this video. There are some insanely talented young strikers that can become a big names in the football into the future. All of them are great in finishing despite the fact that they have different playing styles, so keep an eye on them and maybe in the future they're gonna solve a lot of problems for your team. As you can see, this video took me a very long time to make. I'm sorry for the delay, but I believe this time I bit off a little bit more than I could chew. I wanted to include so many players that I didn't realize how much time and how much effort it's gonna take from me. I apologize for that. I'm gonna do my best to make shorter videos in the future. For those who are still there, thank you so much for watching. Next video is going to be pretty soon, and it's going to be dedicated to small African nation. After this, we're going to try new formats, we're going to try different videos. So thank you so much for staying, and take care. Goodbye.